Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So today, this is the second time that I'm attempting to record this video because the first time, I'll be honest, it pushed sarcasm and me being an asshole to the limit, and it was probably crossing a line, so we're going to do take two. And for anybody who's noticed, my profile picture has changed, and here's the big version of it so that you can kind of see it, hopefully more clearly, instead of screenshotting my profile and like zooming in and only getting the header. Maybe people find it funny, maybe they don't. I think post-merge, there are certain people who are a little bit grumpy. We won't say any names for now. But yeah, and it's not only my kingdom, for sure. There's definitely people who are grumpy and just wish things were the way that they used to be. Well, that isn't how it is. So we come down to the official use only. Nobody in my kingdom's getting a sippy cup. They're all getting bitch slapped. But, you know, that'll come later. I got better things to worry about, right? You know, I mean, like, actually playing the game, not like social drama. So with this, like, sarcastic, you know, just like blah, 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 blah out of the way, let's jump into something more interesting. Dun, 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 dun. We have the new Spends Day event coming. This is NS4. I don't know what they're going to call it. Anyway, random OP heroes. So the spoiler is that this is basically buy or die. There isn't going to be much in the way of like, oh yeah, Adama has 5 stars and I have 4 stars. I'm totally going to survive this rally. No, no. This is you have 5 stars and you go against somebody who has 5 stars and you might be okay. Otherwise, your ass is grass. So if you see one of these coming at you and it's a whole lot more powerful, just make a special note because, all those little troopies that are going to die. And let me explain why. So NS2, let's go back in time. NS2 was basically focused on bow, right? And then NS3 was focused on infantry. NS1, NS4, cavalry. It's going in a cycle. Hey, this is totally logical. I get that. That's cool. But let me go one step deeper and talk to you about like what is the actual problem here. So with cavalry, you can actually, or with bowmen, you can actually counter it with cavalry. With infantry, you can counter it with both cavalry and bowmen. You got 2 different options there. Wait, did I just say? Okay, let me say that again just to make sure that I'm not making blah, blah, blah. Infantry can be countered with bow or cavalry, right? So for NS3, people who actually knew how to play the game understood like, okay, this is really more defensive focused and the actual amount of offensive, capabilities of it, it's not going to be a whole heck of a lot. It is really good for hitting houses. It's good for a lot of circumstances. But in terms of rally versus rally or troop versus troop, it's really defensive focused. You can kind of offset the impact of this hero by including more infantry or being smart. So for NS3, I wasn't actually too worried. I can deal with that. NS2, actually, also not too terribly worried. I can deal with it. NS4, I am not prepared for this. And let me explain why. And this is like giving you guys tips that I really shouldn't be giving you, but it's something to think about. So what do you use to counter cavalry? Just giving it a moment for you to think about that. Ask yourself, what do you use? For infantry, we know what troops attack infantry. It's really simple. For cavalry, there's only one troop type that you have that will attack it. T12 bow. I'm letting that sit in there for a minute. Only one, T12 bow. Right? So if you only have T12 bow, how do you get T12 bow to really, really destroy stuff? Well, you put T12 infantry in front of it. But I can promise you, with NS4 heroes, T12 infantry are going to die like flies. They are gone. They are super gone. So you can assume that T12 infantry are going to die. This is just like, and then T12 bow, they actually get hit before the cav do. So the cav are going to hit them first. They're just splatty cakes. So really, what do you have to use to stop this? And the answer is, you can't. The only thing that you can do to kind of like basically help win-ish, I put this in air quotes, is basically upping your stats. So you have monster health, monster defense, and yeah, you just be bigger. That's it. That's the only solution here. There isn't a tricky march that is going to work around this. There isn't some like clever thing like NS3 or NS2. This isn't that situation. And they did this intentionally because this is the first KVK of basically merge. So all these big players are together and all this stuff. And yeah, this is what's coming out. I don't blame them. I think like if you wanted to make lots of money, this is the right way to do it. If you wanted to make people happy, might have toned it down just a wee bit, but nope. Anyway, I'll explain some things. So this cavalry-led skirmish after each attack dealing an attack times 2,600 damage to random enemy target. This is kind of similar to what we've seen in the past with, I think, was it this one? Something like this, or something like this. So I think this one is a more comparable one. This one ignores defense. So let's see if we still had that with the NS4. Let's see here. Does it ignore Nope. Okay, so this one doesn't ignore defense, which I guess is a good thing. I mean, it's already really a lot of damage. That damage is going to lay things down. It's going to kill stuff for sure. And then a 25% chance to do double damage when glory hole heroes are both deployed. Yeah, that's just OP. Let's go to the next one. When troops led by cavalry attack 150% each round. And so this is basically going to be maxed out. This is always going to proc for 6,000%. Just keep that in mind. That 150%, each round, no, there's enough rounds that this is going to basically be triggering a lot. So just kind of keep that in mind. And it lowers enemy troop defense by 1,000. Ooh, that is painful. So if you're not running both of these, then yeah. So for NS3, I like to mix them. Everybody kind of knows this and everybody kind of questions it and they don't really understand it. It was kind of like this weird thing that Rev did and I encouraged other people to do that knew how to play the game. But with this, there's really not a lot of question in my mind about like what's the choice here. You run both NS4, you kill the smack out of everything, and you profit. That's just kind of how it is. So I'm glad this isn't troop health, but troop defense is definitely is definitely going to have an impact too. So yeah, 1,000%, nuked off of your troop defense. Yeah, not super cool, but it may be a case where if your stats are high enough, it may make sense to run something else. I don't know. I'm going to have to test it to find out. So 1,000% off of troop defense isn't going to be the end of the world. If I had to pick between troop defense, troop health, and troop attack, troop defense is the one that I would care about least if I had one to pick. But yeah, so both of these are going to be like important. NS3, I mean, like I could focus on Maddock, I could, max him out, and then the other dude was just like, nah, I don't really care. But this is something different. This isn't the same. We're at a different party here. This party, it's loud. So yeah, you can just kind of count on maxing both of these. Wait, no, who's this video for? Those people don't watch this video. So yeah, it's gonna be a shit show. We've seen stuff like this before. I mean, like NS1 actually holds its own. NS1 isn't that terribly bad. When you take a maxed out NS1, not this dude, this guy, if you take him and you pair him up with Maddock, it's not terribly bad. It really isn't. And when you take what he's doing and you double it, it's definitely going to be crazy. So, yeah. And, I mean, like, it's at a random? Hold on, let me see. Let me go back here. So, each attack... random enemy targets. Yeah, so this isn't going to be targeting just I mean, it's a cav focused hero, but I don't think it's going to be just bow and infantry. I think it might also attack other cavalry too. So it's just going to be random, and that's really that wild card type stuff. That really will take the wind out of your sails. This is just OP. 1,000 defense gone. Gone. So yeah, I don't know if this is going to be as OP as the guards update that they did like I don't know a year ago in Guns of Glory, but it definitely has some characteristics that smell similar. We're going to definitely have to test it, and yeah, you can expect this update to cost $10,000 retail. So just kind of putting that out there. People who are like, oh my God, there's a new update. Yeah, so there's an update on February 24th and there's an update on March 24th. It happens every month. Don't be surprised. And the cost of the update is ballpark $10,000. So with equipment is a little bit of the outliner. Outlier. Yeah. Anyway, the bastard child that costs more. So the base for the equipment is 10K, and then the enhancement for it is more. But just break the piggy bank and pull out 10K, because that's basically what this is going to go. Oh, if you're using Amazon coins, it would cost less. Let's say 8,000. So yeah, if you got that going on. And if anybody needs help with Amazon coins, hit me up. I might drop a link below in the description or something like that. If you watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. I hope this helps some people. If not, well, maybe you just wasted, a few minutes of your time just hanging out with me and just saying hi. So there is another video coming of the KVK series. I haven't forgotten about that. That will be coming tomorrow. This video kind of interrupted that. There's a Firelines video. There's another KVK series video after this. So we've got at least 2 weeks of content, plus whatever crazy shenanigans happens this KVK. So hopefully the month of March and the month of April, you guys are going to be able to hang out with me more. So if you like that kind of thing, and, whatever. Oh, and Big Z, yeah, I'll try and hoard some upgrades so that middle of KVK I can do something stupid like, hey, whoops, I forgot something. Let me push this button. I guess you guys like that. So cool with me. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye for now.